OpenAI in particular is quite interesting because Sam Altman basically survived an attempted coup. Um, and I believe that was last Thanksgiving. And then there have been a lot of really high profile exits from the company. There's Ilya who left, there's Mira Murati. A lot of these have taken people at the company by surprise. And then most recently, OpenAI had long operated as a nonprofit and now has transitioned to a for profit. They used to have a bunch of boilerplate language about how it was, because they were interested not in profit, but in the good of humanity. And now they've really changed their tune. What do you think is happening here?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a yeah. So I used to be critical of Sam when he was trying to centralize control of AI and so on. I think right now he's just trying to have a company with a good product that survives and scales, which every CEO should be doing. Of course, if it was a for-profit company from the get-go, that would have been cleaner. But now he's trying to rectify things. I think actually Anthropic is sort of worse now. They're in terms of their narrative. They're all about they're more inclined towards the AI safety sort of cult, right? This sort of cult of like controlling things from the top down. Oh, we're gonna be the shepherds of this new sacred being and so on. And sort of the what you've seen is actually a migration of the AI safety cult away from OpenAI. That's become more like a corporation. As any company should to survive at some point, you got to align your incentives with the market and growth incentives or die. And Anthropic kind of still has that sort of reality distortion field and sort of, oh, we're the responsible ones, and so on. And same for safe super intelligence and whatnot, right? But sometimes the thing that's funny to me is like some people use the pretext that they want they're doing it for AI safety, and they thought OpenAI was being unsafe or whatever, but really they're doing it for financial upside, right? And founding your own company is much more lucrative than being the nth employee, and going to Anthropic when it has a comparable product to OpenAI and the valuation is not as high, then it's kind of market arbitrage, right? And so the talent flux you've seen is kind of just price equilibration between two companies of similar capabilities. But Sam Altman has a lot of heat right now, but I would say, Dario and the others are kind of all in a similar camp of trying to centralize control and trying to sort of probably achieve regulatory capture. Yeah.
I'm
But I
curious
don't know,
how.
Funny, if that explains the whole attempted coup thing for which there were never really answers given, right?
Yeah. I mean, the narrative we had was that it was like EAs versus EAC. And the EAs thought Sam wasn't concerned enough about AI safety, and Sam just wanted to accelerate and scale the company.
Is
And
that
I mean,
true? I mean,
I don't
I
know.
saw he tweeted that you can't out accelerate him,
Well,
so
you found
maybe
some
he's a
great
secret EAC.
great classics. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Sam just wants to accelerate OpenAI and make it the biggest company,
Hmm.
and you can't blame him for that in a way. Like he's just playing the game, right? And as long as like he doesn't convince the world to like give up on every other AI effort and just give him all the money, I think things are fine. As long as competition is legal, as long as we have XAI, Anthropic, all these other players, Meta, that are allowed to compete with them. Again, they won't have too much power. They won't have a monopoly on talent. They won't have a monopoly on compute. They want a monopoly on data. And so it won't be a sort of runaway AI that takes over the world, because there's gonna be like four other
Yeah.
competitors, right? And that's the beauty of capitalism, man. Like
Well,
it just is
but
very fault tolerant.
also so much of his public persona, so much of his image for the last few years has been like, I'm the good guy, like I'm not like other girls type thing. And now he's completely changed course, and that narrative has been entirely complicated. And the switch from nonprofit to for profit sort of raises the question of like, well, if you were nonprofit because you cared about the good of humanity before, like, well, what the fuck? Do you not anymore?
Oh yeah,
Like
no, like we were calling
there's
it
a
out 2.5
certain
years ago that
sliminess
it
that
was a
I think
facade,
people
right?
can rightfully sort of latch onto and
Yeah,
say, "Well, what's going on here?"
yeah, no, it was a facade, right? It was an instrumental belief, right? Just like, I mean, a lot of cultures and beliefs like evolve through this mimetic selection I was talking about instrumentally, right? And it was
Hmm.
an instrumental culture to get people to quit their jobs and work in AI for many years. But now they don't need that as much because just the good old financial incentives of financial upsides aligns people, and they can get all
Right.
sorts of talent that just wants to make a bunch of money in AI right now. So you
Mm.
don't
Well,
need to be part of that cult that's not necessarily aligned with shareholder interests.
hey, that was a clip from Just Asking Questions. You can watch another one here or the full episode here. And please subscribe to our brand new channel to get us started off right and be notified when new episodes or clips go up. Thanks for watching.